Welcome to GHPLS Podcast, and here we are just going to mainly shine a spotlight on those in the league community here in Ghana. And today we have our guest, Sandrine, also known as Queency, in game. Welcome.
Thank you.
So I'd like to ask before we get into details, like how long have you been playing League?
I started playing League in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you get into the game?
So I knew about League when I was in Senegal through my cousin who was playing back then.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So, um, you are a part of GHPLS, where like you are trying to promote esports, especially because around league in Ghana. And
Okay.
how has your interaction with the community so far been?
Um, well, the atmosphere is cool and friendly. I've never really been part of a group or anything like that. And despite the fact that I'm not really good at making friends, they really try and involve everyone into something, either custom games, events, or tournaments. And yeah, I really feel like I'm part of the community.
So, League of Legends. What do you like so much about League of Legends that has kept you interested for since 2019 till now?
Okay, well, it's a fun game, especially when you're playing with friends. And also, I like the fact that it's free. You don't really need to spend money to fully enjoy the game. Because before League, I was playing a game called Dofus, where I had to pay like a monthly fee. And when I saw that League was free, I was like, why not? And also, I like the fact that it's a competitive game, so it kind of like pushes you to like really do your best whenever you play. And yeah,
Mm, okay, that's good. What are some of the you know things you don't like so much about League? Some of the difficulties you've experienced.
hmm, well, I would say that what it's like being aware of everything and avoid mistakes. That's first. And you need to be very strategic to get a shot at winning. And for me, like a female player, like sometimes when I play and people tend to like judge me for who I am instead of my skills. It,
No, okay, yeah. No, let's delve a little bit into that. Yeah, there is this general unofficial consensus where most people think girls are main support champions in league more often than not. So what's your take on this? Um,
I don't really know many female players, but
mhm.
from what I've seen, I mean, most of the position is mostly support. But I was playing support, but just because of that, I decided not to play support anymore because I don't want to be part of this whole category of girl that only plays support. So that's why I started playing mid. And I think girls should try and other like lanes than support because um, support is really is interesting, but I don't know. I think you can do better like in other lanes too.
So what's your preferred lane?
Mid lane.
Mid lane. Okay, that's a carry lane. How, how has the experience in mid lane been so far since you moved from support?
Hmm. Well, sometimes I actually go back to support, but No, I really forced myself to stay in mid lane. I like
Oh,
mid lane, and I feel like I'm like lately since I've started playing mid lane, my game has really improved now. Like the way I play, the way I watch the map, the way I I take decision and objective. When I was playing support, I was more relaxed and I would just wait for my ADC to do something before I try and help or anything. I just be there going with the flow. But when I play mid lane, I feel like I'm in charge and I am actually part of the whole team. I'm doing something.
okay. So you feel like you get the opportunity to be more proactive when
Yes,
you are playing mid.
yes.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because I myself I play support,
Okay.
but depending on your play style, my personal belief depend on your play style. When you're playing support, you can also be very proactive. I mean, for the longest time,
Mm-hmm.
the category of supports I played were the type who made plays, made things happen, engage strong, heavy engaged type supports like Rakan,
Fresh.
Thresh,
Yeah.
those kinds of supports. So I mean, it's good to see that you feel um, more proactive in playing a carry role, and I actually admire that because honestly I don't like playing carry roles. I do like playing engage heavy supports and proactive supports, but I don't like playing carry carry roles. So it's good to know that a girl or a lady who most people believe predisposed to playing support is actually very comfortable in a carry solo lane. So
Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So what are your your mains, the champions you like to main?
Um, I will say Diana, but lately I started liking Vega a lot, and I like the way even though at first you're kind of slow, but late game you end up like having a lot of power and yeah. I say Nico. I like Nico. I used to play Nico a lot, and I like Fizz too, but I don't know for some reason I don't really play Fizz in rank because I don't know yet, but I like Fizz. So I say
It,
Diana, Vega, Fizz, Nico.
oh, well, it's looking at your champion pool, I can tell you play a wide range of champions with different play styles because Vega is more of a early game farming champion, skills to late game powerhouse. And Fizz is more of a very active lane bully. So it's interesting to note that not only have you migrated from playing supports to playing mid, but you also have a diverse range of champions with different play styles that you're able to
Yeah.
play with. So solo queue. And I know anyone who plays League has has their own
Hmm.
experience with solo queue, and more often than not, it's not the best experience. Well, what has been your experience with solo queue? Are you one of those who despair after every game,
Hmm.
or you've
Yeah.
had a positive experience in solo queue?
Okay. I say both. Um, lately lately I'm doing quite well and everything is fine. But like 2 weeks ago, I was just losing back to back, and I almost went back to iron, and I was like, no, I can't do that. If I go to iron, I might delete the game. So I had to like wise up and do better. So I'm planning back, and
So
yeah, sometimes actually it's not easy when you just lose back to back, and you can get actually sad. I won't say sad or depressive, but I mean, you feel some way. You're like, so what am I even doing in the game? Like, if I cannot win like a single game.
okay. So how do you cope with tilt? Like when you're feeling down after losing streak and you feel like you should delete the game. How do you cope with it? What brings you back to the game?
Okay. I one thing I've learned in league is like uh fortune can always turn. Like you don't know. You never know. It's true. Sometimes you start a game, die once, twice, three times, and you're like, okay, it's over. But you might never know because like if the team enemy are making a lot of mistakes, you can still catch up. So I know sometimes it's not easy, but I always have hope when I play.
Okay. Hmm. Well, I've been where you are, like you've been, especially when losing streaks like happen consecutively. And to be honest, I've contemplated deleting the games on several occasions, but I don't know. There's just something about League.
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean, League is basically the game I've played faithfully for like since probably season 5. I mean, I know I'm not exactly a pro at the game. I've my highest I've climbed in rank. It's silver, but for some reason I've just stayed faithful to the game, and I hardly play any other games. It's recently that I've you know decided to test out other games. So I would you say League is addictive?
Um, Somehow, yes.
Mm,
But I think, I mean, it all depends on the player and I mean what you're doing. So, because if you are someone who is busy, you wouldn't play as much as someone who doesn't really have much to do. Let's say, like me right now, I'm a student, so I have a lot of free time. But in the near future, when maybe I start working and things like that, I doubt I will play as much as I'm playing right now. But I really like League, and I know I will still find time to play League no matter what.
okay. Okay, it's interesting. You mentioned that, so we'll get back into that later. But one thing I wanted to ask, league as a community, like not just uh, in Ghana, like
Mhm.
as a wider community, international community, is there any person in the community you like look up to, like in terms of their play style, their approach to the game? Is anyone you wish to emulate their skill, or you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
concerning how well they play?
I would say Faker because I think he's not the best mid laner, but I guess he's the most popular one. And I don't really know many of them because I'm not really the type that really watch like YouTube videos and things like that, which I know I should, but I don't know. But I think Faker.
Faker, the unkillable demon king himself. Like for those who don't know, Faker is one of or the most popular league player and has won international competitions, especially worlds. And his name is synonymous with the game. You can't know League of Legends and not know Faker, at least if you're part of the community.
Yeah.
So he's quite a figure to look up to. But if you're speaking in terms of the community in Ghana, the smaller circle we have here, is there anyone you've noticed who you feel is has a standard you'd like to at
Oh
least
yeah.
get to that level? And who
So
might that be?
there's Mikey. He's really really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mikey Dryer. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, but he
Mikey.
played top lane. I think he played top lane.
Oh well, it's also a solo lane, so it's there are certain things you can pick up from top lane that you can use in mid lane. So, and I'm sure anyone who knows him in our community can agree with you that he's quite
Mm-hmm. Actually, no, no, not from him, because he's actually the one that made me play Feast, because I never thought one day I would be able to try such a champ. But So he kind of taught me a bit about fees and yeah,
So you're more or less his disciple. Uh, well, I can't think of any better person to learn from in our community. So yeah, he's quite a good. I mean, I think he's the highest ranked in our community right now.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a good figure to look up to in our current community. Hopefully, when the community grows and we have more talents coming in, there'll be more
yeah,
people like him to, you know,
to join.
encourage others to get into the game. So
Mm-hmm.
let's get into um, league in Ghana in particular.
Oh,
Um, as, as you know, the committee isn't that big, but we are working to, build on it.
mm,
That's one of the main aims of GHPLS. And I want to know from your perspective or your personal opinion, what are the things that some of the things that has caused the awareness of league to be sort of stagnate, that hasn't gotten a lot of people to get into the game, considering league is one of the most popular games, if not the most popular games in the world right now.
it's like the reason, some of the reason why people are not playing league.
Yeah.
Like
Yes,
I
please.
think I say awareness first.
Hmm.
And I mean, I don't know, but in Africa, like people kind of look down on league because they don't understand it, and or maybe you are ridiculed for wanting to be a gamer, or most of them they think video games are just all about PS4 games, and maybe all these are the fact, like some of the reason why people are not really like into league or don't want to try league.
But I mean, if you look at the gaming community in Africa, right? What do you think is the reason why gamers might not want to try League? I mean, yes, considering we are in Africa, there are a lot of people who look down on gaming. But when it comes to gamers who actually are interested in gaming, what do you think are some of the things that might prevent a gamer from getting
Okay,
into League?
okay. I'd say internet issues because
Hmm.
it's not easy to actually get a very stable and reliable connection everywhere.
That's true.
And there's also these ping issues. I mean, I don't know how it works, but I know here our ping is quite high, and sometimes
It affects
the
gameplay.
game. There's also the power cuts, because hmm, in my area, for example, it used to happen a lot. And I remember those days I was playing rank and there would be power cut at least 3 times a day. And I get reported and I have to wait at least 25 minutes to find a game. And it was just a whole mess. So all this, at a point in time, I think I stayed like 2 weeks without playing leagues because I was really like exhausted. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, all the reasons you've listed are valid reasons, especially in Africa, where unlike you know the Western countries where internet is basically uh, considered a basic necessity and is easily accessible, in Africa it's quite expensive to have, especially a reliable internet connection. So
yeah.
that I can see how that can be an issue. I mean,
Mhm.
sure, league is free, but it's in Ghana. Um, it's almost not free because internet is not
You have to
free.
buy data, you have
So yeah, it makes sense that that could be a determining factor. And as you mentioned too, the inconsistent power. because in our country right now we have this thing that's going on called doomsaw or the load shedding, where we are actually being rationed power at certain points in of time in the day. So that can affect people who want to, get into a game that requires power. So it makes sense. But what about general interests? Do you think gamers who have access to internet and maybe uninterrupted power, do you think most might be interested in league or just might not be willing to try it out? Because from my experience, a lot of Ghanaians, especially, are more into FIFA and the fighting games such as Mortal Kombat and Tekken and those kinds of games than they are into a mobile games such as League of Legends. Or given your experience with such gamers, do you think there is a reason why they haven't gotten an interest to even try out League, even if they have the access to internet and power?
I think most of them feel like League is a complicated game because for me, I knew League like very like it's been a while, but I only started playing seriously in 2019. And back
Okay.
then, I used to think that it looked like a very hard game. I used to see my cousin who play. I see a lot of animation, a lot of things. I wouldn't even understand what's going on most of the time when they're in team fights. But once you try, it's actually easy. And I mean, it's easy to climb, it's easy to understand, it's easy to, you get better every time you play. So it's, I don't think people actually, people used to like, people feel like it's a difficult game, but I don't think it is. And I think they
So
should give it a try, at least
once at
more.
least.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean because honestly, the first time I saw League, I mean, I used to play games that look like League, like games that look from top down, like Torchlight, Divinity, Original Sins,
Mm-hmm.
and it sort of got me interested, but I didn't immediately try it at first because you know I hadn't really been playing PvP games. Most of the games I had been playing at the time were PvE, and I
Okay.
didn't fancy the idea of getting stomped by someone else, like some 8-year-old kid somewhere else. But after a while, I got into League. I mean, the first time I got into League, I was only playing versus bots, PvE, not PvP. It
Yeah.
took almost like an entire season before I actually tried PvP. And at that time, I'd already gotten most of the basics about the game. So it wasn't a difficult transition. And I agree with you. We should, as gamers, give things a try.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how I got into League in the first place. I
Yeah.
gave it a try, and after a while, I wanted to try it more and get better at it.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, what are some of the things that can be done to, get some interest in the game so that more gamers can try it, and then maybe through that we can get the community to expand so that we
Expand.
can get more talent. In your opinion, is there anything you think that can be done, especially
Well,
like by
okay. I think from what I'm seeing, I from the like in the community, I see sometimes they do some post about charms or league,
Mhm.
and I think it's already a good idea because someone who doesn't know the game and sees a charm that maybe a good looking charm or something or nice animations, and these are like the first thing that can actually attract someone to try the game. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And in your opinion, what do you think the game League of Legends can, what impact or what do you think that League of Legends can bring to Africa or Ghana, but in the wider sense, Africa as a game? What do you think can bring? Yeah, is there any positive impact in expanding the community? Is there anything that we as Africans can benefit from League of Legends?
Yes, I think it can, first of all, it can bring us all of us together, and it could be a new source of incomes for Africans and a new way of job creation too. Because let's say there's a club or there's a team, they will need a team leader, a coach, a manager, and yeah,
But how far do you think Ghana or Africa? I mean, I know I know for a fact that there are some countries in Africa that are pushing the envelope where professional gaming is concerned. But looking at a country like Ghana, how far do you think league can go as as an esport, as a career gaming you know option?
I think it can go far. I don't really know much about gaming in Ghana, but I do believe that it can actually go far if people like are really involved in it.
Okay, so given the bias or the stigma that people in general, that excluding gamers, people in general attached to gaming, that it's childish or it's not something that can earn you money, or a viable career can be built out of gaming. Is there anything you can you have to say to get that perception uh, erased from people's minds, that okay, there's actually gaming actually presents opportunities that can earn people money. People can actually be professional gamers and not exactly be useless members of society as the general
Idea.
consensus is. Yeah, idea is. Is there anything you have that you can say that you feel might change that perception?
Yeah, first of all, I think these people need to educate themselves more about esport games and things like that. And also, I mean, gaming is a way, is actually like a stress relief, and it can, strategy based game can also improve like problem solving skills.
Okay.
If in a game you know how to actually take good decision and things like that, you can actually translate it into real life issues. And there's a lot of advantages from gaming, and I do believe they should educate themselves about it.
I agree with you. I mean, a lot of things that uh, makes up people's perception is things that they form an opinion on at first glance. But then I believe with a little education, with a little research, anyone can find a good side to anything that has a positive impact on society. And I believe that League of Legends and esports in general can present, you know, options to people.
Opportunities, yeah.
Yes, as you mentioned, because that we can have uh,
Because some
Uh,
people are actually making money off it.
yes, I mean we have actors and we have footballers, and uh, esports basically provides the same thing. It provides entertainment
Yeah.
and it provides competition that people can view to, you know, enjoy.
Yeah.
That's basically what actors, celebrities, and sportsmen do. They bring their skills to bear for people to, you know, witness and get entertained by. And a lot of people think that it doesn't. There's no effort or work that goes into gaming, but being part of League of Legends for a number of years now, I know for a fact that it takes a lot of efforts to get good at the game because no
Yeah.
one wants to see someone be mediocre at something. Yeah, you need to build your skill to get better at the game, and
Yeah.
and if you've seen a pro gamer play League of Legends, a pro League of Legends player play League
Mhm.
of Legends, it's something beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I can play League of Legends, but it will be boring as heck.
It's
But
really fascinating.
if you see Faker play, that's that's masterclass right there.
I know.
So there's a lot of work that goes into it, and with every it's just like with acting, with playing soccer, with playing basketball.
Yeah.
If you don't put in that effort, you're not going to get any good at the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think what you said is right. People need to educate themselves on on what gaming brings to the table, and maybe someone might actually not feel bad about wanting to be a pro gamer in the future because I feel with the stigma that we've attached to gaming, you can't ask a kid today what he wants to do in future and the kid will honestly tell you he wants to be a gamer. No, he's going to say a lawyer or a
Yeah.
doctor or something.
Honestly, in my whole family, no one actually knows I play games like that, and I don't even want them to because once like some of them don't support the idea, they will try to bring you down or so it's just like I'm just keeping it for myself.
So hopefully, with time, GHPLS can, you know, bring these, things to bear, to light, to let people know that gaming is not just for, people who have nothing to do or,
With the life.
yeah, but it actually brings opportunities because there
Yeah.
are people who play league that earn uh, more than your average doctor in Ghana can earn in a month. And this is fact. It's just not hasn't caught up to in caught up in to like we just haven't caught up to that concept here in Africa or at least especially in Ghana here.
Mhm.
So hopefully GHPLS can do something to
Yeah.
rectify that, and maybe in the near future we might have a sustainable league where professional players can you know come and display their skills, and who knows, maybe in the future we will be added as one of the regions that can represent African nations in the world's tournament or the MSI.
Yeah.
But saying all that, do you think this is possible?
I think it is. People just need to if if a lot of if a lot of gamers are actually willing to reach that level, I do believe they can make it happen.
Okay, yeah, I believe so myself. Mm, but looking at that big picture I just painted, what do you think are some of the challenges that uh, you know can come up on this journey to make league or gaming as a whole something of a viable career in Africa or Ghana especially? What do you think are some of the challenges that we can face?
I would say lack of infrastructure and equipment.
So that's very true. That's very true. I mean, just you mentioned earlier about internet uh,
Mm-hmm.
availability and power, and yeah, I can see that's been a big
You.
issue in expanding this vision that GHPLS has came in. Hopefully, we will cross those bridges when they come up. So, anything you want to say to the community as a whole, especially for those that are going to be listening on this podcast?
The Ghana, the league community, or
Yes,
any gamer at all.
it can be to any gamer. I mean, we are all gamers here, even though we play league most of the times. We are all gamers, so
Well, for those who don't play league, I recommend them to actually try. And when they should at least try with one or two friends because it's not easy to play a game alone, and um it's not really fun when you're alone. So when you want to try, just try with someone, either someone who knows the game or even someone who doesn't know the game. But and well, I wish there were also more female players because we women we know how to support each other best.
mhm.
So I I mean I'm calling for more female players basically.
Well, I hope they heed the call because
Because
because like you said, gaming is for everyone. It's just not for the guys. It's for the
yeah,
girls as well, and
yeah,
it's more fun. I mean, like it's refreshing to hear a female voice on the comms every once in a while. I mean, you hear enough male voice in the comms, but
yeah,
when you hear a female voice in the comms, it's like a breath of fresh air. Dare I say, it brings the skill out a bit more in the guys. So yeah, I'm happy that you are calling for more females to join the game, and
yeah,
and yes, for those who haven't tried League yet, you should give it a shot. It's fun. I mean, I understand it has a bit of a steeper learning curve than most other games out there, but at the end of the day, it's worth the try if you can uh, get the interest and stick to it.
yeah.
So it was nice having you on the podcast, Sandrine, or as you are known in game, Queency, right?
Quincy. Yes.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
So listeners, that was Queency, um, a female League of Legends player, Diana mid lane main, and one of Ghana's League of Legends budding talents. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Thank you for listening. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Are we done?